In this video, I'll be breaking down every single detail about the exact acquisition strategy I personally used to sign my first 3 social media marketing agency clients. I'll be breaking down the exact data points, the KPIs that you need to hit to make it work as well. And this is the same acquisition strategy that I not only used to sign my first 3 clients, but that I also used to go on to do $30,000 weeks, multiple 4-figure days, $15,000 in a single day, 11K days, more 20K weeks, and $106,000 in a single month. Now, the issue I was facing the other day, I got a message just like this. It says, listen, Toussaint, I'll book you 6 qualified show up appointments in the next 14 days. And if that happens, agree to pay me $500. Now, this outreach message is absolutely terrible. But the issue is I was doing outreach like this when I was first starting out. This is exactly how I used to send outreach messages as well. So of course this message is bad, but I can't even, talk down on this guy, whoever he is, or, say anything negative because I was doing it the exact same way. So it doesn't take a genius to understand that this message isn't the best, but not only is he pitching a stranger that has 0% knowledge or knows anything about him, who he is, his offer, or the importance of what he does, but he also doesn't even know if I'm in need of what he's offering. And so this brings me to the next point, that the make or break factor on whether or not an acquisition strategy will actually work is going to be the ability to gain and generate trust, not only quickly, but efficiently as well. And so when sending cold outreach messages, there's a big barrier of trust that's present since we're reaching out to cold strangers that we have no prior history with and no relationship with at all, right? So what shall we do to fix this? How do we go about fixing this, right? Well, here's something we need to understand. I'm sure you've heard this before, but in any given market, only 3% of that market is ready to buy. Let's talk about each segment each segment in any typical market, right? It's going to start off with the sidewalk. These are going to be people that are not ready to buy what you have to offer. Any message about your product, your solution, or your offer is going to be flat out ignored. And most of the time, they aren't even currently aware that they have a problem. So what this person needs in this category is going to be education, insights, and revelation. Now, the thing is, this guy sent me this message right here, but I was very, very far into the sidewalk, right? I might have even been on the bench. And so the issue is, most of us are finding ourselves pitching people that are on the sidewalk. And the thing is, that's actually perfectly normal because 97% of our market, any given market, is going to find themselves in this situation. The fast lane, on the other hand, people that understand the problem, see a viable solution, and are in need of that solution, great segment, but only 3% of any given market is in this segment. So if only 3% of any given market is actively ready to buy, then what does this mean? This means we need a system that not only takes advantage of that 3% of the market that is actively searching for a solution, but also nurtures the leads that are in the 97% so that over time, once they become ready for a solution, we are the people they go to. And so this is because the name of the game in this online game we play, it's going to be staying on top of people's mind with the correct messaging. This can only be accomplished through 2 things: omnipresence and relevance. We want to always be sending out relevant messages that allow us to stay top of mind in our market all the time. So instead of only choosing one acquisition channel, only sending direct response to people that are likely uninterested, instead, what we're going to do is build an omnipresence, which gains us multiple touch points of recognition. And so I've been able to accomplish this through the Leverage Consultant Funnel. And if we take a look at exactly what this is, it contains many things, right? Unique offer creation, achieving infinite inputs, lead generation systems, nurturing systems, appointment booking systems. And now if you do want a full in-depth breakdown on all of these things and the exact scripts, strategies, SOPs me and my clients are personally using to get results like this and results like this, where Euros is making 8K in a single day, 16K in contract value, mark 4K in a day, 104 appointments in a month, could go on and on, right? Well, there's a free 152-page document going over everything. First link in the description, all right? So if we take a look closely, we see we have 3 different acquisition channels, though, in this entire funnel. Why? In order for us to make our success inevitable, we need volume. Volume is what negates luck. So ultimately, we want to use all three ways of getting attention. Utilizing all three ways of attention is what allows us to negate luck from being a factor in our success. This is because marketing operates off five core principles. And these five core principles cannot be faked by an automated webinar, a fake countdown timer on a sales page, or fake scarcity saying you only have X amount of spots left for the month, knowing that that's not true. And if someone were to beg you to give you their money, you would accept it with open hands, right? So let's not lie to our customers, but these five core principles are going to be winning attention, creating a connection, building trust, showing up consistently to stay top of mind, and making clear, valuable offers. Omnipresence is what achieves the five core principles of marketing. And when it's accomplished correctly, it makes our audience feel like everywhere they look, they end up seeing us. And they feel like whenever they end up seeing us, they feel that they're always learning something valuable from us, always seeing the kind of results we deliver, and always feeling more and more connected to us. And now, when you implement this strategy, you will be genuinely surprised by how much easier it is to make sales. Mark, close 2 deals on a 2K split, 4K day. Kennel, 2 closes or 4 in a day, and Adine with 3 sales in a single day. Okay, and now let's actually break down each system individually in the specific order that I used to get my first 3 clients. Okay, so the first one I started with was paid acquisition. So let's understand the concept of paid acquisition. In order to make an acquisition channel work, we must follow something called principles. Principles are what are going to last forever because they're based on the foundational level truths, right? Based on a fact, right? So tactics, they're short term, they're going to work today and you're going to need a new one tomorrow. This is your scripts, your email subject headlines and stuff like that. Those are tactics. They end up being faded away after a lot of people get used to and get accustomed to seeing them multiple times. When it comes to paid traffic, we can think about it simply as we have a dollar bill, we have some money on one end of the bridge, and we're trying to safely and soundly walk it to the other side of the bridge using the mechanism of paid ads. We're trying to turn our dollar into a client, right? So let's talk about how we do that. Well, in order to make paid ads work, we have to combine the human that sees our ad with the correct stimulus that makes them take a desired action. Now, what is that stimulus? Well, the first thing we need to make sure of is that our hook or our headline has the correct stimulus that makes someone want to then click on the ad. And then once they click and they're on our landing page, we need to make sure that our headline on the top of our landing page incites them to want to watch the VSL, right? And then we need to make sure our subheadline, our process and philosophy inside the VSL is actually good. We have case studies at the bottom of the page, making them believe in the process, right? And then we need the correct stimuli to make someone opt in, the correct stimuli to make sure that they're qualified, the right qualifying questions on whether it's our calendar application form or opt-in form, right? And then we need the stimulus to make them actually book the call. And then we need the correct stimulus and follow-up indoctrination sequence to make them show up to that call, right? Very, very simple. Now, let's say if we were to break this down in terms of understanding the model and kind of what KPIs need to be hit. Well, in its simplest form, this is what the model looks like. You have your Facebook and your Instagram ads that you're running to a landing page. You then have a process around qualifying these leads, right? If they're qualified, you'll then book them on a call. Will they show up? If they don't, you try and book them again. If they do, you're then on a sales call. A percentage of these people from the sales call will be qualified. You'll be able to present your offer to them. And out of those percentage that you present your offer to, you will then close a small percentage, depending on your closing rate, right? Maybe a great percentage. And if you don't close them, you have a 30-day follow-up sequence, get them back on a sales call, a second call, a follow-up call, and you close them, right? This is the general equation. But then let's put this into a math model and see what KPIs do we need to hit a number like 10K per month. Now, in this example, we're going to have a service at a price point of $2,000 per month, okay? The statistics we need to hit to make this model work is going to be a 17.5 closing rate, 17.5%. And whenever you make a math model, always make sure you are very, very pessimistic in the numbers that you use. Why? You always want to, kind of worst case scenario this, right? Worst case scenario, you make 10K per month. Best case scenario, you have more cash than you expected, right? That's not a bad thing. In this math model, we're also going to have a 65% qualification rate, Out of those 65 that are qualified, 65% will show up. We'll have a 45% total appointment booking rate, and we'll need to close 5 total clients. So in order for us to hit this, we're going to need 151 leads from our Facebook and Instagram ads. From there, we're able to book 68 appointments with our 45% appointment booking rate, okay? Out of those 68 booked appointments, 44 people will show up using our 65% show up rate. From there, we're going to be able to pitch 29 people because 65% of that show up rate is going to be qualified. And due to our 17.5% closing rate, we're going to close 5 people and hit 10K per month. Now, the next thing I did after this was I launched my organic acquisition strategy. Now, with organic traffic, the model is very similar. You're running your organic YouTube content, wherever it is, right? Whatever social platform, onto a landing page. From there, people will book a call with you. Will they show up? Yes or no? If they do, you're on a sales call. A percentage will be qualified. You'll then present your offer and you will close a percentage of people, right? But what stimuli do we need to get someone across a full sequence, a full funnel like this, right? Well, we'll need stimulus and stimuli in our thumbnail and our title to actually make it enticing and make an enticing video for someone to watch. We need a great hook in the first 30 seconds of our video. We need to give genuine value to make someone, believe in our competence, believe that we know what we're talking about. Put call to actions in our content. Then stimuli to make someone read the description, stimuli to make them click the funnel link, stimuli in our funnels headline, right? Then our VSL needs the correct stimuli to make them believe in our process, and then the correct stimuli to make them actually want to book a call and show up to that call. Now that we understand the stimulus, all we do is we then put it into a math model to understand our input to output ratio. So with organic, we're going to need to post 25 videos. Worst case scenario, this is saying if you started with 0 subscribers, you're not really good at making YouTube videos, and you don't have that good of a funnel. Okay. Worst case scenario is 25 videos. Most cases, you're going to be able to hit 10K per month with, I would say, 15 videos. If you have somewhat of a good skill in creating content, you have a good offer, 15 videos, right? So we're going to need 51 leads from our 25 videos. Due to our 50% appointment booking rate, we're going to need 26 booked appointments. Out of those 26 booked appointments, we have an 80% show up rate. We need 20 people to show up. So if you do notice with our statistics, they're a lot better than what they were for paid ads. Why? Well, when you're making content and people are watching you, the numbers are a lot better. They've already been, knowing you. They've already been familiarized by you, what you say, who you are, your offer, and what exactly it is you do. So the numbers are going to be a lot better. And then due to our 75% qualification rate, 15 people are actually going to be qualified on our sales call that we can present our offer to. And now we have a 33% close rate. We'll be able to close 5 people. And so after I started making organic content and putting videos out there, the next thing I did was launch my cold acquisition strategy. So what did I do? I did cold email. You're going to need 30 total domains, and each domain is going to have 2 emails. What's the strategy? Well, from there, we're going to put all of our domains onto Instantly. This is our sending platform. We're going to be using the Loom strategy. This means we send someone an email with the goal and intent of being able to send them a Loom. From there, a percentage of people will respond. Out of all these people that respond, a percentage of those responses are going to be positive, right? If the responses aren't positive, we're just going to lose the email. If they are, our inbox manager, our appointment booker, is going to try and book these appointments. Then a percentage of people will show up, a percentage of people will be qualified, and then we'll be able to pitch a percentage of people on our offer. And whatever our closing rate is, we're going to close another percentage of those people. All right. Now, what stimuli do we need to make cold email work? Well, we need stimuli in our subject line to make someone even want to click on the email and see what it's about. Stimuli in our first line of the email to make sure they keep reading the email. We need actual value, something worth reading. Then we need to pitch our Loom and have the correct stimuli in our pitch to make them say yes to actually wanting to, accept and watch our Loom. Then we need stimuli in our actual Loom thumbnail to make them actually want to watch it. Then we need stimuli to make them believe in the process upon watching our Loom, okay? And then we need stimuli inside of the Loom to make them want to book a call and show up to that call. Now, let's put this in a math model just like every acquisition strategy that we've done. And let's break it down and see what numbers we need to hit. All right, so in the cold email math model, the statistics are going to be just a bit worse. We're going to have a 3% response rate Out of that 3%, 20% of those responses will actually be positive. The other 80% are going to be telling us to fuck off and get lost, right? Okay, just part of the game. Out of those 20% of positive responses, our appointment booker, appointment setter is going to be able to book 2.5% of these 20%. Out of that 2.5%, 60% will show up. Out of these 60% that'll show up, 80% are going to be qualified. And out of the 80% that are qualified, we're going to be able to close 15%. All right. So let's break it down into the strategy. Through our Instantly platform, we're going to be able to send 1,500 emails per day. We're going to need to send 1,500 emails per day to make this work using the Loom strategy. Okay. Out of those 1,500 per day, it's going to be about 45,000 per month. Out of that 45,000 per month, we're going to get 1,350 responses in a single month. Out of those 1,350 responses, 270 of those responses will be actually positive, right? Our inbox manager is then going to be able to book 54 appointments out of those 270 using our 2.5% appointment booking rate, okay? From there, out of these 54 appointments, 32 will actually show up using our 60% show up rate. Out of these 32 showed appointments, 25 will be qualified enough that we can pitch them using our 80% qualification rate. And out of these 25 that we can pitch, we only have a 15% closing rate. We're going to be able to close 3 deals. And that's what we're going to need to make money with cold email. And do note, these emails are going to take 2 weeks to warm up. Sales cycle is 21 days, and it takes 2 months of cold email to hit 12K per month. Okay. So that's all we got for this video. If you want a full 152-page document breaking down everything, including content strategies, offer creation, acquisition strategies, sales processes, right? Scripts, processes, and operations for the back end. Okay. That's going to be first link in the description.